what basically happened was that, I don't know about Islamabad, but we in Lahore freaked out when Taliban started marching. And we saw there was absolute silence from the government, absolute silence from the army. And we were like, "Ab kya hoega? Hame ladna padega."
I mean, we actually, to tell the truth, we actually even thought of learning how to shoot. Firearms training we looked at, self-defense classes we were looking at, and people were getting more and more panicked,
and I would carry a mace in my bag in Lahore because we heard rumors, a lot of them were rumors that Liberty Market mein ye, wahan ye hua hai. Basically, the country we knew as Pakistan and our lifestyle was threatened, and we felt nobody's going to take action. And then in Lahore we had these gatherings, everybody was meeting. We went to one meeting and there were 50 women. So this one lady goes, "Oh, so this is the aggrieved party," because we are the ones who are worried that Taliban are marching. What do we do now? And people kept on talking, and one night, Zain Ahmed, who's a very famous stage actor and a director now, he's Samir Ahmed's son. He said that, let's have an event where everybody goes surrender to the government and asks them to take action against the Taliban. That was our first event. It was random, and we said, okay, next Tuesday we're going to do it. And this is how it happened.
So it was a letter that went around by email. I'm sure, I don't know if everybody saw it, but it went practically around the world. I mean, I got it, I received it from people in Egypt, I received it from Saudi Arabia, sending it to me, telling me about this event. And at that time, we were so nervous because everybody was saying about the Taliban that we didn't put our name to anything. We just said, these are the citizens of Pakistan, please get together and, express your concern and tell the government to enforce the writ of the state. That was the basic gist of the letter if you saw it. My husband always jokes with me because he feels that, I moved country to come here, and if I ever say to him, I just love Pakistan, and really just, he thinks that it's because of him, and he'll go, oh, that's so great, you love it, and I'm like, no, it's got nothing to do with you. I said, I love Pakistan for years, and many, I might ask my aunts and uncles, but the sobs and the tears that are being cried at the departure gate in the Karachi International Airport, there's something about this country which we all feel. It's intangible, but we all do love this country. And Pakistan Rising believes that this love that people have, this passion for Pakistan, is actually the tool that we should use to get over the current situation that we are in. Because if you love this country, if you can create a sense of pride in people, then you want your country to prosper, you want your people to prosper. It's a natural progression, and more importantly, if you feel proud about being Pakistani, then you will take ownership of Pakistan and you will take care of it. I've traveled, mashallah, a lot in the world, and I truly believe Pakistan is one of the most beautiful countries that I know. And it pains me that it has actually been neglected. It has, far from being taken care of, it is actually being totally neglected. And we feel that it's time for us to actually take control and to nurture it so that it can reach its full potential. I often think that right now, at this very moment, Pakistan would actually be a country which is full of the most genius minds in the world. And you think that may be funny, but I think it is, but it's the way the current conditions are. For example, the boy who carries your shopping for you. Did you ever think that maybe he had the musical talent of Beethoven, or the artistic talent of Picasso, or maybe he had a mathematical mind that could rival Einstein? But the way the current conditions are, we will never know that, and sadly this country will never take the benefit of its biggest asset, which actually is its people. Pakistan Rising, we aim to undertake projects and activities that help to unify people and reinforce the Pakistani identity. We want people to see themselves first as being Pakistani, not Punjabi, not Mahajir, not Sindhi, not Balochi, because we really feel that this kind of thinking is what has been our downfall. And we must see the nation, we are one people, we are one nation. Last year I attended a talk which was held by another NGO called Concerned Citizens of Pakistan. And it was all about what was actually happening in Swat. And a lady from Swat was there, and she had been giving a lot of refuge to the people from that area against the Taliban. And there were a lot of different speakers, and every speaker who spoke, they would refer to this lady. She was an amazing woman. And they would say, this Swati, Mrs. So-and-so, Swati lady, blah, 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 blah. And maybe 4 or 5 people addressed her like this. Finally, when the Swati lady came to the stand, her anger was so apparent. And she said, I am a Pakistani. I am not a Swati. And for me, that really summed it all up. that we must see ourselves, we are all Pakistan. And if we can see everybody as a fellow citizen, then maybe we will have the necessary compassion that is actually needed towards our people to actually bring this country, you know, in the right direction. A gallery in Lahore called Grey Noise. And they were, I think, one of the, I think maybe there was another gallery or the only one who was invited by Art Dubai to exhibit at the Art Dubai 2010. And they had raised the money, but it is quite an expensive thing. And then they came to us and they said that, you know, we have a shortfall. So we said, no, sure, we're going to support you. And we raised the funds for them to go, because for us it was really important that it's something like that Pakistan should also show a face. And the art that they took was very contemporary, very modern, and it was loved by everybody. I mean, I think they sold every single piece that they took. Friends of mine who were Lebanese, who had gone to it, just by chance I was talking to them, said, oh yeah, we went to Art Dubai, and oh my god, there was this gallery from Pakistan, and they had the most amazing art. And I was like, hey, that's our gallery, that was Grey Noise, and we supported them. And it was really wonderful to see that. And for us, we felt it really important that Pakistan should also be shown, because people should see what a vibrant culture we have, and what a dynamic culture we have. And our youth, you know, all of you sitting here, you are actually the biggest asset that we have. Don't laugh, it's really true. It's really, really true.
So I don't think it would be unfair to say that it was the fact that so much of civil society actually got out and made their voices heard. I mean, I think we could have done a lot more, but the fact that there was even as much done as it was is what has changed the whole scenario. Today we don't have the same fear. We still have other fears,
but not that
but we know that, you know, we're not looking at a completely hopeless situation.
We wore these shirts when we went to that GPO letter posting on a ride in the truck, and we were so charged up. He threw the t-shirts out at the masses in Lahore, driving around, you know, on rickshaws and motorbikes, and they loved it on cycle. These, you know, this slogan t-shirt, and that's how you get it going like that. And you know, initially, the first bag was all his own personal money. Then we also contributed, so it's good. We actually put our own money in. Kabul is the heartland of Talibanism and Sawat, and that's a place where people are now, they didn't do it willingly, they didn't do it even voluntarily, it just happened to them. And they are the people who are suffering a lot, and they want progress. They've given us a building over there, one person has. And our foot court tournament, which we're trying to organize, which Imran is working on, is his baby. There's a football ground, there's a sports field in Kabul which was bombed during this whole thing. And that the whole aim is to reclaim that as a sports field, clean it up, make it into a ground, make it play football again. And he plans that teams from all over Sawat will come and play in Kabul. So that's the kind of empowerment there is, that okay, 1 year ago the Taliban were here, now we are here and we're playing sports over here. So that's what
it's a return to your normal life, and you know, that's what you knew it.
Anybody? Kids, come on, some ideas.
I just want, sorry, I have a quick question. Very encouraging, thank you so much. Absolutely delighted. Just a question is that I'm sure you're doing something with schools, already private schools, school where
no, that's what
the next generation of Pakistan leadership hopefully is getting educated. And I'm just wondering that maybe to raise funds for something like this in the ground, you can start school campaigns, because it links up really well. And the context is the same, and the age is the same, and they can relate to it. So I was just wondering if you're doing something with schools.
No, we need to. We were just saying we want to set up something with all the different schools so that, you know, Pakistan Rising can be a charity that they support. I mean, a lot of the schools in Lahore know about us because we sold our t-shirts, which sold like hotcakes in pretty much all the private schools. So a lot of the kids know about us already, but we need to do some sort of things where we can get, you know, like a Pakistan Rising head, you know, within their student bodies, so that we can do fundraising. But I'd love to also, I mean, if there are people from the schools here in Islamabad, I'm sure, if you're interested in, you know, supporting the charity or whatever, and we could give you smaller jobs, like, you know, like for example, like fixing the pitch or something like that. So it doesn't have to be huge amounts of money which are involved, but small amounts of things that you can fundraise for.
Yeah, and those people who don't like going in the field can fundraise in the cities. Those who are older want to go to the field. There are certain parts that we can arrange and go. It's very safe. depends where you go, and depends who you go with, and that's again a myth. You know, we spent the night in Chashmada when the first time I went to be given relief to good, and we went to Baner also. And we saw army helicopters flying all over us, but we were in a part of Baner that was fine to give relief. So again, it's a myth that your country is unsafe.